Hello, YouTube. All right, just a quick update on the markets today. Well, earlier today, it looked like the plunge protection team came in and they tried to melt up these markets. At the end of the day, Dow Jones finishes in the red by 84 points. NASDAQ finished up a little bit, but the S&P was down by a little. All in all, just not a great day in the markets. And oil, for whatever reason, plummeted today. It's down about $2.50 a barrel. I don't know if that means that the White House is dumping more oil from the strategic reserves. Not sure why oil would be going down right now. Due to demand and especially the threat of World War III, it should be going through the roof and just going up. However, if it's being manipulated, then that would explain why it's down to a little over $73 a barrel right now. And that's not really doing a hell of a lot to drop the price of gas, though. If anything, I've seen gas in my area drop down to just under $3 a gallon. It went down to about $2.99, $2.97 for all of about 2 days, and then it shot up 30 cents a gallon. So it's now sits at $3.29. Who knows what's going to happen? I mean, we've been hearing a lot of rhetoric lately about a possible black swan event or events. I mean, we're coming up on the 1-year anniversary of when Vladimir Putin invaded UKR. So he just made his speech the other day. I just believe it was yesterday. His big speech that there was billboards and digital billboards all over in Russia, just showing people there how important this speech is. I guess getting the Russian people ready for what looks like it's going to be just a ramped up war effort. I mean, I do expect to see things in UKR get worse. And, you know, during this time, we have our president going over to UKR, meeting with Volodymyr, the actor, as he's known. And he's in music videos as well. And, of course, there's the Netflix series of him becoming president. And look at what happens. It mirrors reality, doesn't it? I mean, so at this point, who knows what is going to happen? There may or may not be some sort of a big false flag that can take place, or a big event, as Klaus Schwab was reporting on. But let me tell you something. Especially with what I've seen in the markets today, the Feds are just doing everything in their power to keep these markets afloat. And if these markets are being kept alive by the Feds, if they're just resuscitating it and pumping life into it, then you don't have an economy. You don't have a stock market. I mean, this stock market is phonier than the fiat currency being pumped into it. And just more evidence today of how the plunge protection team jumped in there and they were trying to get these markets into the green. They succeeded for most of the day. And of course, at the end of the day, didn't wind up succeeding. They did, well, I'm going to say that they bought down the 10-year yield by a little bit today. They actually had the 2-year down slightly as well, but the 2-year finished up a little bit, about close to 2 basis points. The 10-year finished down about maybe 3 basis points. So as much as they're trying, they're having a hard time manipulating these markets. So could this mean that all of this money printing and all the manipulation that they're doing is just no longer working? Possibly. You know, but keep in mind that SHTF may not be one big grand event. It might not even be a series of big events, because SHTF has been happening in this country and really around the world for decades now. And it's been happening via money printing. Okay, and the feds think that they can print their way out of this. They think that raising interest rates is going to fix the problem. I mean, eventually, whether it's at a gradual pace or whether this country just finally collapses under the weight of its own bureaucracy, we're going to see things just, at the very least, continue to gradually get worse. So you want to prepare for that. And how do you prepare for that? You just stay on top of things, pay off your debt, because, hey, as long as they're manipulating these markets, that buys us another day. It buys you time to pay off your credit cards, your car loan. If you can pay off your mortgage, go for it. That's great. It basically gives you and I time to get ready. And I mean, in regard to the 10 and 2-year yields, I've seen the feds wave that magic wand and the 10-year and 2-year yields would drop by 20 or 30 basis points in one day for essentially no reason. There would be no reason why it would just plummet like that. I mean, who's buying all these mortgage securities and U.S. bonds? Well, if you're watching my video, I think that you know and I know who's likely the culprit that's buying all of these bonds and mortgage securities. And I don't think that it's the common investor. I'll just leave it at that and leave you there with this update. Keep preparing, keep getting ready, keep investing smart. Till next time, it has been another successful delivery.